Welcome back users. In today's video, we will do a detailed review of the Fedora 36 workstation. I am back after 4 days of a gap. I could not make videos because I was busy in my personal work. I could not make videos because I was busy in my personal work. Starting from today, I will be regularly posting videos like before. So let us start the detailed review of Fedora 36. So first of all, let us start the Fedora 36 VM. So after the first start, that is the first boot, we come to this welcome screen where the user setup has to be done. So the first is the privacy setup. So location services and automatic problem reporting via the ABRT tool. So I will choose both on. Let us go ahead. Third party repositories, yes, definitely yes. We should enable all the third party repositories. So it will enable the RPM Fusion, RPM Copper repositories, and the extra codecs, Wi-Fi drivers, and the non-free software. All the repositories will be enabled. Next, this is the best for the GNOME desktop. You can connect your online accounts. So during the initial setup, only three are given options: Google, Nextcloud, and Microsoft. Once you have done the initial setup and you go in the GNOME settings, there will be more choices. So right now, I will not do any setting up of the online account. We skip this step. Now let us do the setup of the user. I will use a small simple name, then a simple password. Confirm it 2 times. So our Fedora system is set up. Now first we will go and check out what are the changes to the Fedora 36. But yes, let us first take the tour of the GNOME 42 desktop. So let us start the tour. Get an overview. Press the super key to see open windows and apps. So you can use the super key. Super key is nothing but the Windows key or the Mac key. Okay. Then go ahead. Just type to search. So you can type anything, say setting. Should work. Right now it is not working because this is a virtual machine, but it will work when it is installed on bare metal. Keep on top with workspaces. Yes. Up and down for the overview. Yes. So the multi-finger gestures support is there. Left right gestures for the workspaces. You can shift through the workspaces using left to right gestures or right to left gesture. So this completes the GNOME desktop tour. Now let us first, what we will do is we will go first through the all the summary of the technical changes that have been done in the Fedora 36. So let us start. So I have opened the Fedora project wiki, where it is showing the changes, system-wide changes to the releases up to now. So we will open the releases 36 chanset. So Fedora Linux 36 accepted system-wide changes. So the autoconf 2.71 is there. So this is the auto configuration tool which has been upgraded to 2.71 from the 2.69 in the Fedora 35. Now the Fedora Linux has defaulted to Noto fonts. So most of the languages will now be shown in the Noto fonts. Install only recommended packages on upgrades with DNF, package kit and micro DNF. Micro DNF is used in the micro OS. Then the next update is min GW debug symbol location change. So that is highly technical, so we not go into details. Switch GNU TLS to allow listing. So this is regarding the crypto policies, the cryptography policies. GNU toolchain update. So that is most important change in this new release, and it is system wide. It is pursuable for all the users. So the compiler has been now upgraded to GCC 12, and the compiler library is also updated to 2.35, that is the glibc. This is the C compiler for the system. Golang packages have been updated to 1.18. Hunspell dictionary has got a directory change. So from earlier it was user share myspell, now it is user share hunspell. Java 17 OpenJDK is updated to version 17, and it is now working as a system JDK in Fedora 36. So in short, the Java 11 OpenJDK is now Java 17 OpenJDK. So there is an update from 11 to 17 version. So that is also a big change, system-wide change, important for all users. Then there is some library libffi that has been upgraded from 3.1 to 3.4. LLVM, this is the toolchain that has been updated to version 14. Enforce auth select configuration consistency. So this is also highly technical. We will not go into detail because I also need to read about exact what the change is before I can discuss with you. Introduce module obsoletes and end of life. So fix Fedora upgradability issues while upgrading systems with module streams enabled. So this is system-wide change for the Fedora upgradability. OpenLDAP 2.5 plus, the OpenLDAP upgrade has been done from 2.4.59 to 2.6.1 in Fedora. OpenSSL 3. So this adds to the security of the Fedora systems. OS3 native containers, core OS layering. Enhance the RPM OS3 stack to natively support OCI Docker containers as a transport and delivery mechanism for operating system content. Package information of ELF objects. All binaries, that is executables and shared libraries, are annotated with a ELF node that identifies the RPM for which this file was built. So this is upgrade more usable for the developers, not for the users. Yes, now this is This update is for all the users. New 128-bit IEEE long double ABI for the IBM 64-bit Power LE. Okay, so this is a platform specific update. It is applicable only to the IBM 64-bit Power LE chips. Relocate RPM database to /user. So this is applicable to all the users. The RPM database is now relocated to /user directory. And this view is already underway for in the RPM Austri based installations and in OpenSUSE. Replace the FP dev drivers with simple DRM and the DRM FP dev emulation layer. So the Linux frame buffer device, that is the FP dev drivers that are still used in Fedora with the will be changed to the latest simple DRM driver and the DRM fdev emulation layer. Okay, the Ruby 31. So the Ruby has been updated to Ruby 31. So earlier it was Ruby version 3, now it is Ruby 3.1 in Fedora 36. Set build flags for build, check and install phases. So these are the compiler flags that will be set for the build, check and install phases for every RPM build. Wayland by default with NVIDIA proprietary driver. So the Wayland has been now selected as a default for every session, user session with the NVIDIA proprietary driver. So system will boot into a Wayland session using the NVIDIA proprietary driver wherever applicable. Now the Fedora Linux 36 accepted self-contained changes. So Ansible 5 is there. This is nothing but the Ansible is the automation, node management automation in large enterprises. So you can manage the nodes in a given enterprise using Ansible. Auth select require explicit opt-out. Any user changes to a configuration generated by auth select will be overwritten by a subsequent call to auth select. Users that do not want to use auth select to manage their NSS switch and PAM configuration can opt out by calling auth selection opt out or removing the etc auth select.conf. It will make auth select work on CoreOS and other RPM Austri systems. Okay. New requirements for AK mods binary kernel modules for Silverblue and Kinoite support. Okay. Cockpit file sharing. A cockpit module to make file sharing with Samba and NFS easier. Okay. Django. I have not used Django. Is now updated to version 4. MLT has been updated to version 7.4. GSCX.y compiler parallel version installs. Introduce GSCX.y packages to Fedora, which can be parallelly installed in addition to the main GHC package. Okay, so there is some compiler that has been now upgraded. iBus table kanji default to for Hong Kong. So the input for the Hong Kong local kanji has been updated. Keylime subpackaging and agent alternatives. Okay, now the Keylime package I am not aware. We will skip that. LXQT1. Okay, so the LXQT has been updated to 1, which is the I think latest version of the LXQT. So that is good news for the users. Malayalam default fonts update. So the Malayalam default fonts have been updated with Unicode 13 support. No IF configuration by default. So do not include network manager support for legacy network configuration files by in the new installations. Okay. PHP 8.1 So the PHP stack has been updated to 8.1 version. plocate as the default locate implementation. mlocate program is replaced by plocate, a comparable re-implementation that is faster and uses less disk space. Okay. Podman 4 is there, so Podman version 4 will be released in Fedora 36 for the first time. PostgreSQL 14, so there is a bump in the version from version 13 to 14 in the PostgreSQL. So some auto tools, libtools based projects frequently install files ending in .lf in their make install. These files are usually unwanted. Many projects therefore end up with a variation of find rpm underscore build underscore root name dash .la delete in their install section. So I did not understand some files. This is not a proper description is not given here. We go to the next. So NSCD cache for the name services is now removed in the Fedora 36. It will be deprecated in Fedora. It was planned to be deprecation in Fedora 34. So now I think it will be done. I think in the next Fedora 37 version. Remove wire extension support. The legacy wireless extension interface were replaced by the new MAC 802.11 CFG 802.11 interface. So the legacy wire extension support will be removed. I think in version 37 it will be completely out. So the retired packages now will be removed and will no longer receive the updates. Ruby on Rails now comes with the latest version 7. Setup tools, the new setup upstream release of Python setup tools that are not completely compatible with previous releases. So now they will be compatible with the system. RubyGem Cucumber 7.1. It is a popular integration BDD testing framework for Ruby. Status 3. So the status package has received the update to 3 version. Unit names in systemd messages, so that has been updated. Users are administrators by default in the installer GUI. So now the users are administrators by default in the installer GUI. The Anaconda installer GUI will have system administrative rights checkbox on the user screen tick by default. Okay. Silver, Blue and Keynote will have /var on its own btrfs subvolume. So the /var folder will have its own btrfs subvolume. So these are all the changes that have been done in the Fedora 36. Now let us check out the system itself. So let us input the password because system has locked out while we will checking out the changes. Okay. So you can see it is very snappy even in virtual machine with just 4 GB of RAM. So if you got 8 GB or 16 GB of RAM, it will fly. See, very snappy. Now let us check out if any changes are there. Yes, this power modes are given here, so you can change the power mode from the from balance mode to power saver or from power saver to the balance mode. Further, you can do the power settings from the power settings menu. You'll just open up. You can adjust the screen blank and automatic suspend from here. Okay, we will check this later. So this is the time date calendar and the notifications area. Let us check out the system updates. Okay, so big updates are there. The boxes version 42 is now 42.0.1. FC36 is now upgraded to 42.0.1 -1 FC36.1. Okay, let us check out the software repositories. Yes, that was important that I wanted to show you. So when you click on the enable the extra repositories, what happens is the Flatpak repository is enabled by default. Once you select the do you want to enable the repositories during the installation, then the Fedora Open H264 encoder from Cisco is installed and enabled by default. The Linux vendor firmware service is also enabled by default. The Copper repo for PyCharm owned by FireSec is enabled. Fedora FlatHub selection is enabled. Google Chrome repository is enabled. RPM Fusion for Fedora 36, that is the non-free NVIDIA driver, is enabled. RPM Fusion for Fedora 36 non-free Steam is enabled. So all these repos are enabled by default once you select enable extra repositories for Fedora during the installation. So let us go back. We will not do the update. Let us check out. So the apps included are contacts, weather, clocks, maps, photos, videos, calculator, document scanner, Fedora media writer, settings app is there, system monitor is there. Let us check out the system monitor, how much RAM it is consuming. So by default it is consuming around 1.7 GB of RAM out of the 4.1 GB memory allocated, and swap around 4.7 MB is been used by the GNOME desktop 42. Okay. Then you got the GNOME box is installed by default. The LibreOffice suite is not there, only LibreOffice Calc, LibreOffice Impress and LibreOffice Writer have been included, but you can install the complete suite by going to the GNOME store. In the utilities you have got the disk usage analyzer, the network connections, GNOME disk, image viewer, document viewer, that is the eWise document viewer, characters, problem reporting, logs and fonts is given. So this is the vanilla install of GNOME 42 desktop. Then further you have got GNOME Help, Rhythm box is there, Cheese is there, text editor, that is the gedit is there, the GNOME Tour is there app, and the videos application is there. So only these applications are installed. There is no games installed. That is the most good thing I like about Fedora, is that no games are installed by default on the workstation. So it is just plain vanilla. You can build upon the system, you can install any extra packages you like, but the system comes with only small set of default applications. And one thing what I observed is, can you see the background? It is kind of a gray color. It is not exactly very black, not it is very white, so it is comfortable for the eyes, and the overall GUI is very fast. You can see changing through the workspaces is also very snappy. Firefox is installed by default. Let us check out the version. I think it will take some time to open up. Meanwhile, we go and check the settings. Okay, so this is the network manager. You can configure your wireless and the VPN connections from here, and along with that network proxy also you can enable disable from here. This is the Bluetooth manager. Let us check out the appearance. Okay, so the two styles are given, that is light and dark. So if I click on dark, the whole system becomes dark, and the wallpaper also takes a dark hue, and the backgrounds or the wallpapers given have two tones, a light and a dark. So suppose I use this, so when the dark style is enabled, the wallpaper will be chosen like this, and if I select the light style, the wallpaper selected will be the lighter one. So the basic design will be same, only there will be two light and dark wallpapers with the same design. So this looks very good. Yes. Now let us check out some other. Maybe this. Yes. Let us check this out. Yes. It is dark one. Yes, this is also great. Okay. Light and dark. So, I think you have got the point. Okay. Notifications for each of the applications you can select from here. You can do search, configuration of searches for application and locations. So you can toggle those from here. And search results will be displayed according to the list order. So the order of applications is given where the search will work. So the search can go inside the data of these applications and find out the search string. Now let us multitasking. Okay, the hot corner is there, enabled by default. The active screen edges are also there, enabled by default. Yes. Dynamic workspaces are there, or you can have a fixed number of workspaces. So this is applications. So you can configure the search and notifications for each of the applications here. Then these are the privacy settings for the camera, microphone, Thunderbolt port, file history, trash, screen lock, and diagnostics, system diagnostics. Then here you can enable the online account. So when we had installed the system, during the installation only three options were given: Google, Nextcloud, and Microsoft. Now after the installation, when you check the online accounts, you can do configuration for Flickr, Foursquare, Microsoft Exchange, Fedora, IMAP, SMTP, and Kerberos authentication, that is the enterprise login from the online app. Now this is the sharing. So you can configure the file sharing, remote desktop, media sharing, and remote login. From here you can configure the sound, the system sound level, the system sounds volume level, output of the sound card, balance of the sound card, input of the microphone, system microphone, the alert sounds for the system like bark, drip, glass, and sonar. In the power menu, you have got the two power modes, balance and power saver. There is no performance mode given. So maybe in the next version they will add the performance mode also. That should have been a great boon for the users, for the power users. Screen blank timing is given, so you can configure it from 1 minute up to never. Automatic suspend, you can toggle on and off. Now the display setting is there, so you can change the orientation, resolution, refresh rate, and the night light. So let us check out the night light. Let us do a manual schedule, or you can change over to sunset to sunrise. Then the mouse and touchpad settings are given. Keyboard settings are there. Printers, you can add the printers, configure it here. HP lip is not included here. I don't see the HP lip package. Removable media, you can select how the media should be handled from here. You can add the different non-free ICC profiles here in the color picker. Region and language, you can add and remove region and language settings from here. This is the accessibility settings. So now accessibility settings are available in the top bar. You can administrate different users on this machine. You can do the configuration of the automatic date and time, automatic time zone, and time format from here. Now let us check out the about section. So GNOME version is 42. Windowing system is Wayland by default. There are 20 updates waiting to be installed. Okay, so this is the detailed review of the Fedora 36 workstation. So we have seen the technical changes that have been done in the Fedora 36 along with the review of the desktop. So I find the desktop to be snappy. The wallpapers are cool. There are no bloatware inside, so that is the biggest advantage of the Fedora. There are no bloatware. It is a vanilla GNOME 42 desktop. But the RAM usage is high. On a default install, it is using 1.7 GB of RAM, so that might be a worry for users with less RAM on their system. But they can opt for the XFC or the other Fedora spins like XFC, KDE. Only users who have got 8 GB or more RAM can use this Fedora workstation. It will be comfortable. Otherwise, best option is to go for KDE or XFC desktop. Even Cinnamon is little better. Cinnamon will consume around 1.1 to 1.2 GB of RAM on installation. Otherwise, I find no problem with the new Fedora GNOME 42 desktop. In the Fedora 36 workstation, everything is good. Another thing, one thing that I observed is the top bar here. It looks more black. In earlier systems, it used to be gray, little grayish, but now it is totally black. And when you click on the activities, the background color earlier used to be black, but now it looks more gray. Grayish black, it is grayish black. And the top bar, which used to be earlier grayish black, is now completely totally black. It looks pitch black to me. So I think we will stop the detailed review here. So Fedora is maintaining the good qualities of their Linux distro, that is no bloatware, vanilla flavor. It is fast, snappy. There are no bugs in the even their rolling release also. So rolling release is as good as a stable release of other distros. So you can install the Fedora Linux on your laptops and continue to use it for years without any breaks. There will be no breakages, guaranteed. Okay, so one thing we forgot is to check out the Firefox. Okay, so it has got the latest Firefox 100 browser 100 version. So Fedora normally packs all the latest software, latest technologies in their Fedora workstation and the Fedora respins. So I will sign off here. Thank you very much for being with me during the course of the video. Bye bye. See you. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to share, comment, like on our videos.